In today's video, we're going to cover the top 5 master plan communities that my personal customers have chosen over the past year so that you can better make a decision on what community you want to move into. And what I'm really going to cover in these areas is why they chose that neighborhood, what's the greatest thing about it, and also the average price so that you have a better idea moving forward what you want to do and your next buy, sell, or invest here in Northeastern Florida. What's up, everyone? My name's Thomas with Real Broker here in St. Augustine, Florida, and my whole goal with this channel and this video is to give you all the information that you need in order to make an educated decision. So if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest here in Northeastern Florida, make sure you reach out to me and my team directly so that we can help you out through this stressful process. The one thing I want to mention about this list is that all of the communities on this list are going to be new construction, aside from just one, which I saved for the very end. So we'll get into that in just a bit. Another thing to note is that this process takes a good bit of time. So if you're looking for 3 months down the road, you're looking for a year from now, make sure you reach out to me directly. I'll put you on our weekly email, and I can also send you more information regarding St. Augustine, maybe include you as well on the Facebook page that we have. It's all free information about living here locally. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the first community, which is going to be Silverleaf. Now, Silverleaf is a massive master plan community. I do already have a neighborhood tour of this in the neighborhood tour playlist if you want to check this out. But it is a huge master plan community that really has been starting off really extremely hot since the beginning of 2020, 2021. So it's really a newer master plan community compared to a couple of the others that we're going to cover here. The reason that a lot of people chose Silverleaf versus other master plan community is because it's really at the very beginning stages of what they want to do at Silverleaf. I think in total, they're going to be building about 15,000 homes. And I believe they're probably somewhere around 3,000 homes right now at this point. So the earlier you get in, you tend to be doing a lot better than the later that you get in, because the prices as they go along continue to go up in most of the master plan communities. In my opinion, this neighborhood could be very similar to what Nocatee is today. Nocatee's on this list. We'll cover that in just a second. But Nocatee, as you guys might well know, is that it's the #1 master plan community in the entire state of Florida, ranked by niche.com. But Silverleaf is just a baby. It's just starting. It doesn't have the mature trees that Nocatee has, the beautiful pathways, all the amenity centers already built, but it will eventually. In total, Silverleaf is going to have 4 amenity centers for those 15,000 homes that are going to be built in there. They're also going to be adding several million square feet of commercial space. So it's going to be very similar to Nocatee, where you don't really need to leave. All of your services, all of your retail, your shopping is going to be within the subdivision of Silverleaf. One of the major reasons that people choose Silverleaf over the other master plan communities in St. Johns County is going to be the location. So it's located off of State Road 210 and State Road 16 at the south end and at the north end. So you can pretty much get anywhere you need to go in St. Johns County and also up to Duval County pretty easily just based on where the community lies. So it is in the northwestern part of St. Johns County, south of 210 and north of State Road 16. And it is a huge community. I mean, I think it's like 20 square miles or something like that. And I think if I remember correctly, I think it's like 45,000 acres. I'd have to double check my video to be 100% sure. But if you drive through there, all you're going to see is pretty much like a subdivision, then another subdivision that's been completely cleared. All the lots are there empty, ready for more development to come back in there. And then you're also going to see major highway running through there, because eventually Silverleaf will be connected to the First Coast Expressway, which is going to connect I-10, which runs right into Center City, Jacksonville, and 95. So it's going to create a loop between I-10 going east and west to 95 going north and south, so that you can avoid the city of Jacksonville altogether. And that's going to run straight through Silverleaf. Now, probably the most attractive thing about Silverleaf is when you compare it to the other master plan communities surrounding it, it's going to be significantly cheaper. Their HOA is $120 a month. They don't have a CDD, which a lot of people are turned off by the CDD whenever you mention it, which is a community development district, which essentially is a bond that the developer took out, and they're putting the cost of developing the neighborhood back on the homeowners. The average price within all of Silverleaf, now we're just talking pretty much single family homes amongst this, is going to be $651,000. And you have a good range of homes that are going to be townhomes, maybe in the low 300s, all the way up to $1 million properties built by Toll Brothers, built by Mastercraft, built by Ashley Homes, very ICI, very reputable builders also building within this community in different pockets of Silverleaf. So whether if you're looking for a starter home like a townhome or a single family home in the low 400s, or if you're looking for a luxury home, you can find the best of both worlds within Silverleaf. It also has, I think, 7 or 8 different builders within the community. So it kind of avoids that cookie cutter mentality of most new construction communities. Silverleaf is the 9th fastest growing master plan community in the entire United States, which is a big thing to hold their hat on because we have so much new construction here in St. Johns County. It's almost 50% of our market here. Typically with new construction builders, you're also going to have higher incentives. Because of the profit margin of all these builders, they can pay your closing costs, they can buy down your rate, and they can pay for your prepaids, and they can even throw in some flex cash to maybe change some things within the home that are easy for the builder to do. Now, the average for that zip code and incentive is going to be $10,000, but I know for a fact that on a $500,000 home, your closing costs are going to be around $16,000 to $17,000. And I know most of the builders in there are buying down the rate. So they're not factoring in the total picture of the incentive that these builders are giving you in today's current market. To sum it up, Silverleaf is a great master plan community. It has a low HOA. It has tons of housing available and will also be a part of the First Coast Expressway when it runs through. And it's also going to be one of the more affordable options when you're talking about new construction housing within northeastern Florida. The second neighborhood that I would recommend based off of my personal clients and where they want to go is going to be Nocatee. Now, that's a really easy one to bring up. It's the #1 master plan community in the entire state of Florida, and it's #1 for plenty of reasons. If you live within Nocatee, it is a bubble. You don't really need to leave for any reason at all. They have schools, they have shopping, they got your places of worship. They have anything you could really think about in the bubble of Nocatee. It's 26 square miles. It's pretty much 26 square miles of, hey kids, go out and have fun. Go to the water park, go to the amenity center, ride the zip line over the lazy river that they have. This is something that Nocatee offers, which pretty much no other master plan community offers within St. Johns County. And one of the biggest parts of why people want to move into Nocatee is because you can kind of just plug right into the culture there, right? It's already a developed community. It's been around for a long time. They are still building new construction. So there are some final opportunities as they move into the last phases that they're going to be able to build in this master plan community. But there's also older resale homes that you can get into as well. Now, being a part of Nocatee, they already have like a welcome center for Nocatee. So if you're considering it, they'll take you on a tour, a Nocatee tour of the area so you can see what this community is about. And it's very much family centric, right? And that's why a lot of my people wanted to move into Nocatee is because it provides the lifestyle that they're looking for their family and for their, especially for their kids, right? They have a school where you can pull up on a golf cart and drop your kids and pick your kids up off with the golf cart, right? Not only that, you'll see kids driving the golf carts everywhere, all throughout the community, going to the kayak launch, going to the hiking trails, going to the soccer fields. They have all of these activities for kids and families within the community that it makes it a really great place to live. One thing that they do every year is it's during the holiday season, everyone decks out their golf carts with lights and Santa costumes and everything, and they have a golf cart parade for the holiday season. I do have a video on Nocatee as well, so if you want to check that out, it is also in the neighborhood tours playlist. I can make sure I tag the video right above here just so we don't lose you. And we can also check that video out for a more in-depth tour of Nocatee and some of the other communities that we're going to be covering right here today. So in contrast to Silverleaf, Nocatee is on the east side of I-95. Silverleaf's on the west side, Nocatee's on the east side, and I think they're honestly both rival communities to each other. Silverleaf is pretty much what Nocatee once was at a certain point, and Nocatee is what Silverleaf could be in the future. Nocatee being on the east side of 95, it does make it a little nicer to get around to places, right? So it's off of US 1, 95, and 210 turns into Nocatee Parkway. It's such a massive community that they run a highway right through it. And then Nocatee Parkway, you can take right over to A1A, Michaelers Beach, and check out that area over there. Ponte Vedra, all over there with they have the GTM Reserve, beautiful hiking, kayaking out there if you want to go. And there's a whole bunch of nice trails to check out as well. Or you could also go south on US 1 and you can head to downtown St. Augustine pretty easily. Now, there's one other community on this list that has a better location or a similar location to Nocatee, and that's going to be Palencia, which we'll get to a little bit later. But Nocatee is also more north in St. Johns County. So if you do have to work in Duval County, if you have to work in Jacksonville, the city, then it makes it a lot easier to get there because you're right off of 95, you're right off of US 1. You can get up to 295 very easily using US 1. And eventually, they're going to have a road that goes through several different communities. One's going to be Grand Park, which is not developed yet. Wells Creek is going to run right behind there and then run through E-Town so that you guys at Nocatee can get to 295 pretty easily the back way. Now, with all this great stuff about Nocatee, it does come with a little bit of negatives, or maybe it's not a negative to you, but to a lot of people, the negative comes in the form of the price tag, right? This is going to be the most expensive community on average for our list. You're really not going to find many homes under 700,000 in this neighborhood, and you're going to find tons of homes over 900 to $1 million, right? It's just that type of community where people are buying and selling, and it's very hot. People want to move in this community, and why wouldn't they? It's the #1 master plan community in the entire state of Florida. The average price within Nocatee is going to be $802,000. So it's significantly higher than Silverleaf, where they're boasting an average sale price of $651,000. You can definitely find way cheaper than that. But Nocatee, really, I mean, just most of the homes are going to be in that 700 to 900,000 range, just based off of the location and the square footage and the amenities available within the community. The last person I helped move into Nocatee, they wanted to get their kids plugged in. They're moving from a different area. They wanted their kids to be able to just plug into the local community, start making friends and start hanging out. And you know, as parents, I don't have kids yet, but I know as parents, that's something that is extremely important and high up on your list, especially when you are relocating to a new area. The next community we have on our list is going to be the D.R. Horton community of Entrada. This is a fantastic community. It's within the top 15 selling communities in the entire area of northeastern Florida. So we're talking about Duval County, Clay County, St. Johns County, Putnam County. This community right here is in the top 15 and sells more homes than any other builder that's on our list right now, or any other community for that matter in our list right now. The main reason my people wanted to move there was mainly based off of the affordability, which I'll get to in just one sec, but also your access to downtown St. Augustine and the beach. At the location of Entrada, you're off of State Road 207, which runs east and west. It's between US 1 and I-95, and you're about 2 to 3 minute drive from I-95. So if you do need to go north to Jacksonville, if you need to go south for some reason, it's going to be very easy to do from the Entrada location. You're 15 minutes from downtown, you're 15 minutes to the beach, you're 15 minutes to the St. Augustine Amphitheater. So really everything that the city of St. Augustine has to offer is at your disposal within a 15 to 20 minute drive, which in terms of location is much better if those things are important to you than any of the master plan communities that we're going to cover today. So the biggest reason that people choose to move into this community is going to be affordability. For what you can pretty much pay half of what you're paying in Silverleaf to get the same square footage house, maybe a lot of the same upgrades and features that you can in Entrada. The average sale price within Entrada is going to be $379,000. Now they have a good mix of homes, right? So a lot of their homes are the D.R. Horton Express homes. When you think of these homes, I want you to think of rolled vinyl flooring, carpet in the bedrooms, Formica countertops. That's D.R. Horton Express. Then they also have the D.R. Horton series, which is called Dorado within Entrada. And in that community, you can expect wood look tile, you can expect granite countertops, and pretty much solid tile flooring throughout the house. Now, this goes to show you why this is one of the best selling master plan communities in the entire area of northeastern Florida. It has one of the best sale prices comparatively on average to everything else I'm going to cover here today. And also the incentives are great as well. Pretty much every person I put in there didn't have to pay any closing costs. And on top of that, got their rate bought down from whatever it was 7%, it got down to 5.5%, or it got down to sub 6, or some people even got in the 4.5%. It just depends on the home that they have available, how long it's been sitting, and how incentivized the builder is to sell it. And in that community, they've been selling more homes than pretty much any other community in northeastern Florida. And it's because of the affordability of the average sale price of homes, and also the incentive and the location to downtown St. Augustine, and everything that St. Augustine proper has to offer. Guys, I've got two more neighborhoods on this list, but I wanted to remind you, if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest, make sure you reach out to my team. Like I said before, all we try to do is give you the information so that you can make an educated decision on your next buy, sell, or invest here in Northeastern Florida. We do also have a Facebook page. You can go ahead and join that. You can just go and like it. It has the same logo as this right behind, Living in St. Augustine on Facebook. And I like to post information on there. I post videos just like this. And I also post sometimes some funny things because I try to make a little joke, because if you can't laugh at yourself, then you can't laugh at anyone else. Either way, on to the next community. Our fourth community on the list is going to be Shearwater, and this community is off of State Road 210. It's very close to Silverleaf as well, and it's honestly one of the most well-manicured master plan communities that have been built within the past couple years. I always make this joke, and I guess it's not a joke because I make it and no one laughs, but like I feel like you're driving through like a Lord of the Rings, like Gates of Gondor kind of thing. They have like this water feature at the front, part of the Shearwater entrance, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful when you go into that community. Not to mention their amenity center is top notch. It's one of the best amenity centers within all of Northeastern Florida that I've seen, and it's really, really well maintained. They have a lazy river within there. They have a 3-story water slide. They have a lap pool, fitness center. I think some tennis courts back there, walking trails over there. They also have a kayak outpost, so you can actually get to the St. Johns River from this Shearwater location. It is a good bit of a paddle, so you have to be an experienced paddler. It's actually through this sweet little creek, and it's canopied with trees. You definitely will see some alligators back there, more than likely. Small ones, small alligators, not big ones. So you could wrestle them if you need to. But I really think they have some of the best amenities in Northeastern Florida. And the community is only about 4,000 homes. So when we're talking about all these other master plan communities, we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of homes, whereas Shearwater is a much tighter, close-knit community. One of the main reasons that people want to move into Shearwater is because of the amenity center, but also because of its location within Northeastern Florida. It's located right next to Silverleaf off of 210, and they also will have an entrance on the southern part off of 16A, which is an extension of State Road 16. So they're going to have two places to get in and out of the community, especially with the issues that are going on with 210 right now. Currently, they are widening the road. You can actually get out the back way and go through 16 eventually. They haven't opened that just yet, but it will be open probably within this year. Now, one of my referral partners for a mortgage, his name is Kane. He lives in Shearwater and he absolutely loves it. He's got 2 kids. He rides bikes with his kids to school, drops them off and rides home. They also have a school that's being built within Shearwater, which should be open this year. And they have a school that's just outside of Shearwater. So we've had a little bit of issues with our schools here because of the massive growth coming to St. Johns County. They've had to split up some neighborhoods. So friends that went to the same school, they got split up, had to go to different schools, even though they lived in the community of Shearwater. That should all go away with the new school. That's going to be K through 8 within the Shearwater community. So that's going to be very easy for all the parents and families that have to deal with the morning commute to school. Now in Shearwater, the average sale price is going to be $548,000. And you can definitely find homes that are more expensive than that. They do also have townhomes starting in the $300,000 range. And they also have workforce housing townhomes, which qualify for a 4% interest rate, which is pretty fantastic given interest rates are hovering in the high 6s, low 7s for a lot of people today. You also have a handful of builders in that community, and they're all offering some type of incentive to entice buyers to come in and buy the home from them. You're going to get the best deals on the move-in ready homes. So these are homes that have all the design choices have already been decided. They're pretty much just waiting on a lot for a buyer to come get that. And the builder has an incentive to get rid of those because they want to move inventory. They want to keep selling houses. So those are where you're typically going to get your best deal. In those communities, and pretty much any new construction community, you're going to be able to get at least your closing costs covered, right? And a rate buy down. Now, on average, within the zip code here, you're seeing about a $10,000 incentive from sellers towards your closing cost, rate buy down, or prepaids, which is still a nice chunk of change for any buyer in today's market. And the last community on our top 5 neighborhoods that my clients want to go to is going to be Palencia. Now, Palencia is a neighborhood where they don't have really any new construction in anymore. I mean, it's been developed for a long time. They have condos. They have some townhomes in there. They're like luxury townhomes. And pretty much the majority of it is going to be single family homes. This is located right off of US 1. So if you're heading north from downtown St. Augustine, you're going to be about a 15 to 20 minute drive to the entrance of Palencia. But if you live in the back of Palencia, it could take you another 5 to 10 minutes to get to your personal residence. So it could take you about 25 to 30 minutes to get to downtown St. Augustine or one of the beaches that St. Augustine has to offer. This is located just south of Nocatee off of US 1. So they share a lot of the similar location benefits. But I think it's just a little bit closer to downtown St. Augustine, which is very nice, with also having the ability to run up through US 1 and also cut over to International Golf Parkway, which will take you to 95. So if you do need to go north or south for whatever reason, you have the access of both those major highways right there. One of the main benefits of living in Palencia is that it's a developed community. You don't have to wait on new construction. You don't have to hear the builders building, the roofers roofing, the bulldozers knocking down trees and everything. Smoke from the fires of burning all the brush from cleared land. You don't have to worry about that versus all the other master plan communities that we pretty much covered here. They're for the most part at their rope's end with new construction. They might have 1 or 2 lots being built here and there, but in general, there really isn't any new construction in Palencia. On top of that, it is also a golfing community. So they have a beautiful golf course within the master plan community of Palencia, which of course doesn't come with your HOA. You have to buy into it. But if you're a big golfer, it's a fantastic course, and they have a great clubhouse there as well for all my golf fans out there. Now, the average sale price within Palencia is going to be $748,000. And within this zip code here, we're seeing about a $5,000 seller concession. So really prices aren't moving too much. They are giving a little bit of concession. And really across all of St. Johns County, we're seeing a 96.5% sale to list price. So if it's listed at $100,000, you can get it for $96,500. And then you also throw in that $5,000 incentive on top, and you're really getting the home for about 91.5 over 100. So that's a pretty good deal because you're getting about 10% off the house. Just to recap why you might want to choose Palencia over all the other neighborhoods is you're closer to downtown St. Augustine than 3 out of the 5 neighborhoods that we talked about. You're also getting a beautiful golf course and clubhouse that's associated with the community. So you have a lot of rolling green throughout the community. And you're also not paying as much for a very similar community just north, which would be Nocatee. So you're still getting kind of all the benefits of that area, but just not with the same dollar amount. Guys, and that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did gain a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of insight into the top 5 master plan communities that my people are looking into, then do me that favor and tap the subscribe button below, like the video, and comment if you have any additional questions about these 5 master plan communities or any other master plan community for that matter within St. Johns County or Northeastern Florida. Like I said before, my team is here to give you the information so that you can make an educated decision when buying, selling, or investing here in Northeastern Florida. So make sure you reach out to my team if you have any questions at all so that we can assist. Until next time, guys.